Well, welcome back. After many years of dedication and advocating, Juneteenth became an official national holiday in 2021. Joining me now with more on the upcoming Juneteenth National Freedom Day Parade, Eric Atkins from the Unity Group. Thank you so much, Eric, for being here.
How you doing, Latrice?
I'm great and good to have you. You know, we talk about Juneteenth. It's become a national holiday now. Also, a holiday here in the state of Tennessee, city of Chattanooga. Let's start by talking about, I asked you, I was like, were you surprised to see that this passed not only federally, but statewide and then here locally?
It's been a long time coming. I was pleasantly surprised, but I know it was a lot of people advocating for Juneteenth to be a state holiday for a number of years also. So those legislators that did it, the citizens on the ground that pushed for it, and we even had a petition drive with the Unity Group. So it was the citizens on the ground and the advocacy by the legislators. And yes, in this climate, I was pleasantly surprised. And it was probably a divine intervention, and we'll take what we can get.
Well, one of the things too, when you start looking at that and you start talking about, you know, just kind of on the ground and being an advocate for something and, you know, fighting for certain things. And it just shows you, like you said, how the hard work, it may take time, but a lot of times you see it pay off.
Well, and like we were saying, it's been 150 some odd years since slavery. And to see something coming to fruition, you know, the first slaves in Tennessee was actually freed in 1863. So every August the 8th, up in East Tennessee, they have celebrations, you know, even, you know, 160 some odd years later. And so sometimes you have to lay the seeds, plant the seeds that others behind you will come and see them coming to fruition.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times you're right. We work and we see things and we're like, you know, hopefully those behind me will see the fruits of our labor. So let's talk about this. You know, we're saying Juneteenth and we assume that everyone knows about Juneteenth and the history of Juneteenth. Just give us a brief kind of like remind people of, you know, and you alluded to it a little bit there. Juneteenth and what this commemorates, this holiday.
Well, Juneteenth is simply two words linked, June 19th. And that's the way that the former slaves phrased it when they first had the holiday back in Galveston.
In Texas. Yes,
and Reverend Yates would have been the one who established that holiday then. And it's been celebrated for, you know, almost 160 years now. And it does celebrate the end of slavery, because slaves in Texas, they had been informed. That was a myth that they hadn't been informed. They knew of the Emancipation Proclamation being issued, but the Emancipation Proclamation had to be enforced. And it was the United States colored troops that entered Galveston on June 19th and started reading General Order Number 3 aloud, which proclaimed the slaves free. And that's why we celebrate the end of slavery to this day. And a lot of people, it's a misnomer that it's supersedes the 4th of July. It's one continuous story. The 4th of July freed all the land, but it was Juneteenth that freed all the people. And so the nation had to be brought into balance.
One of the things too, in talking about Juneteenth, a lot of people say, and I think you may agree with this, that it really did not grow in popularity, or I don't know if that's the right way to put it. I think a lot of people say really people knowing about it, observing it and celebrating it until the last decade or so, that more people are starting to find out about it and know about it. Yes, you know, people like yourself have always, you know, observed, celebrated Juneteenth, but whereas you start seeing more festivals, more things throughout the country taking place.
Well, it was a grassroots effort for most of the time. You know, we're connected, we're affiliated with the Unity Group, with the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation, and so they're responsible for 43 pieces of legislation being passed. And it has taken a bunch of grassroots effort and advocacy over the years just to keep the spirit and the essence and the story alive. You know, in the African American tradition, a lot of times we have oral storytelling. And so it's passed down from generation to generation through stories and depictions and other visualizations. And that was a story that was often not known by a lot of people, that has been commiserated, like you said, more and more as the years go on.
And so one of the things now, so you all are having an event, you're having a parade and a gala. So let's talk about that and tell me about that and how people can get involved.
This will be the second annual Juneteenth National Freedom Day Parade. And you can register at the parade going to our Facebook page or our website or contacting us through email. Everybody is welcome because we think it ought to be celebrated Juneteenth by everybody. Like we said, it's America's story. And it's one story that's interconnected between Juneteenth and the 4th of July because everybody was not freed during the 4th of July. And so freedom is a core American principle, liberty and justice for us all, not just for the one. And if you want to come down to the parade on June 19th, we'll start lining up on Peeble Street. That's right next to Olivet Baptist Church. It will be at 12:30 on June the 19th, and then we'll march down MLK Boulevard. We'll go into Miller Park where we will have a family fun time with music and games and speakers. And we just want the city to come out and celebrate.
So you're inviting everyone to come out and to participate in that. And it all starts with the parade there. And like you're going to line up there at People Street right there at Olivet and march down. And then again, and when you march down there, give people, families, everybody. You said there are going to be different vendors and different things set up so that people can all take part in the events going on.
Right, very similar to our MLK Day parades. So I think we have a lot of practice doing that, and that's what we'll do. We'll start at Peeble Street, go down to Miller Park, and we'll have a gala where we'll celebrate Juneteenth across the city. And there's a lot of organizations having things across the city too. Juneteenth doesn't belong to one group. It belongs to us all because it is, in essence, all of our story. And I don't know why I would be if slaves wasn't free. I know you probably feel the same way.
Exactly. We wouldn't be sitting here.
That's right.
If they weren't. So, well, Eric, as always, we appreciate all that you do with the Unity Group and just keeping these issues before us in the community and making sure that we stay active and engaged in these things. So
well, we thank you, and we want everybody to know that it's one story. 4th of July freed the land, but Juneteenth freed the people.
Okay, thank you so much. And again, people can come out on June 19th and celebrate and participate. And there is the information up right there on your screen. Again, Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you.